Hare Krishna to all dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, I'll start reading Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 24, Worshipping Govardhan Hill. Text 1 to 13. Text 1. Sukadev Goswami said, while staying in that very place with his brother Balaram, Lord Krishna happened to see the cowheadman busily arranging for a sacrifice to Indra. Text 2. Being the omniscient supersoul, the Supreme Lord Krishna already understood the situation, yet he still humbly inquired from the elders headed by his father Nanda Maharaj. Text 3. Lord Krishna said, my dear father, kindly explain to me what this great endeavor of yours is all about. What is it meant to accomplish? If it is a ritual sacrifice, then for whose satisfaction is it intended, and by what means it is going to be executed? Text 4. Please tell me about it. Oh Father, I have a great desire to know, and I am ready to hear in good faith. Certainly, no secrets are to be kept by the saintly personalities who see all others as equal to themselves, who have no conception of mind or others, and who do not consider who is a friend, who is an enemy, and who is a neutral. Text 5. One who is a neutral may be avoided like an enemy, but a friend should be considered like one's own self. Text 6. When people in this world perform activities, sometimes they understand what they are doing and sometimes they do not. Those who know what they are doing achieve success in their work, whereas ignorant people do not. Text 7. Such being the case, this ritualistic endeavor of yours should be clearly explained to me. Is it a ceremony based on the scriptural injection or simply a custom of an ordinary society? Text 8. Nanda Maharaj replied, the great Lord Indra is controller of the rain. The clouds are his personal representatives and they directly provide rainwater which gives happiness and sustenance to all the creatures. Text 9. Not only we, my dear son, but also many other men worship him, the Lord and the Master of the rain giving clouds. We offer him grains and other paraphernalia of worship produced through his own discharge in the form of a rain. Text 10. By accepting the remnants of the sacrifice performed to Indra, people sustain their lives and accomplish, therefore, aims of the mm, religiousry, economic development, and sense gratification. Thus, Lord Indra is the agent responsible for the fruitive success of the indusory people. Text 11. This religious principle is based on the sound tradition. Anyone who rejects it out of lust, enmity, fear, or greed will certainly fail to achieve a good fortune. Text 12. Sukadev Goswami said, when Lord Keshava Krishna heard the statements of his father Nanda and other senior residents of Raja, he addressed his father as follows to arouse anger in Lord Indra. Text 13. Lord Krishna said, it is by the force of karma that a living entity takes birth, and it is by karma alone that he meets his distinctions, his happiness, distress, fear, and sense of the security all arises as a effects of karma. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Venu Das Babaji. Please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please take over the call, Babaji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Radharani Mataji, for coordinating these calls and reading today's Bhagavatam, today's section, slokas translations. And Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining. Today we are starting a new chapter. This is a very wonderful and very an important festival for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And we celebrate this festival every year, which is worshipping the Govardhan hill. So we are starting this new chapter today. So we'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mishnabadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschyatta Deshatarani. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Sundarananda Prabhu, for giving this opportunity to share a few points from today's purports for my own purification and for the pleasure of all the assembled devotees. So just to give a background, we are in the section of Supreme Lord Krishna's beautiful Vrindavana pastimes. And we heard in the last chapter how he showered his mercy to the Brahmana Patnis. And also in the end of that pastime, he requested mentioned to those Brahmana Patnis to go back home. And then once they went back home, so the Brahmanas, the husbands of those Brahmana Patnis, so they felt a very unhappy, lamented for not taking the opportunity, utilizing that opportunity to serve the Supreme Lord Krishna. And they offered their obeisance to Krishna, but still, due to the fear of Kamsa, so they did not go to see the Supreme Lord who is staying close by. So, and in this chapter onwards, we will see how Krishna protected Indra from the false pride and also initiated this wonderful festival of worshipping the Govardhan hill. So we'll start today and we'll cover from slokas 1 to 13. So in the first sloka we see that Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning that while staying in that very place, Krishna with his brother Baladeva, so he saw the cowherdman busily arranging for a sacrifice to Indra. And in the purport, quoting Srila Sridhara Swami commentary, mentioning about what is this place, very place. So Tatra Eva. So it is mentioned that Lord Krishna stayed in the village of the Brahmanas whose wives had satisfied him, like where the Brahmana Patnis who satisfied the Supreme Lord Krishna. In the same village, he stayed there, and looks like this pastime happened in that place. And so in that place, cowherd men and headed by Nanda Maharaj, they were all very busily arranging for a sacrifice to Indra. Indra Ega Krutodyaman. So for the pleasure of the heavenly king Indra, so they are performing this sacrifice. So they are arranging all the stuff that is needed to accomplish this sacrifice. And in the next sloka we see that Krishna is omniscient, super soul. So he is situated in everyone's heart as a Paramatma. In Bhagavad Gita also we hear Krishna mentions that Hriddesha Arjuna Tishtati. So he is sitting in everyone's heart as a Paramatma. So he knows everything, what is going on. So he already understood the situation, but still he is inquiring, humbly inquiring from the elders headed by his father Nanda Maharaj. So Tada Bigno, so he is all knower, but still here we see that he is asking because he wanted to hear from them. So similarly, Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart, so he knows what kind of anarthas we have and how much strong they are, and what we are thinking inside. So all these things he knows. So we should not be thinking that no one is watching us, so we can do anything and whatever we want it. So we have to be reminded these things time to time, and be cautious in our activities. And here also in the purport it is mentioned that Krishna is also very eager to perform this pastime of lifting Govardhan hill, and also protecting Indra from his false pride by defeating him. So, and here it is mentioned that in the purport, so that Krishna saw that Lord Indra is puffed up by his power and position, because he is the king of the heavenly planet. So of course, Lord Indra is also a devotee of the Supreme Lord, is in charge, is one of the demigod, in charge of the king of the heavenly planets. But many of the demigods, they may be devotees, but they are not completely situated in pure devotional service. So they are not in Vishuddha Sattva. So sometimes one may be affected, a practicing devotee may be affected if they are situated in a wealthy position or high birth, or they are endowed with lot of strength. All these things sometimes may cause them to be proud. So we hear from the statement of Mother Kunti also in her prayers, saying that Janmaishwarya Shuta Sribhir Edhamana Madhapuman. So one who is wanted to be progress in the path of material elevation, like trying to improve himself in with the great opulence, or being in a taking a birth in a great family, or high education, or bodily beauty. Sometimes all these things may not help one to approach Krishna with the sincere feelings. So, but when Krishna sees that his dear devotees are attacked by these anarthas, so then he arranges these beautiful pastimes, so that he will save them from falling down from the spiritual position due to these anarthas. So we see in the earlier also in Brahma Vimohan Leela, when Krishna saw that Brahma was little bit proud, so then he arranged this Brahma Vimohan Leela. Of course, sometimes Krishna keeps his dear devotees as an instrument and performs these beautiful pastimes, so that sadhaka, a practicing devotee, can learn from these things how to be humble, and what and all we have to look, and how to be cautious, so that we don't be attacked by these anarthas. So that's why it is mentioned that time to time we have to check ourselves to see, are we proud, are our activities with other devotees are appropriate. So all these things we have to make sure, check ourselves, and correct in case if we are not performing appropriately, like that. So here also Krishna, seeing the situation that Indra is puffed up, so he is very eager to arrange these pastimes, to perform these pastimes. And in third sloka we see that Krishna is asking his father, Katayatami Pito Ko Ayam, like he is saying that can you please let me know what it is, and phalam, so what is meant to accomplish, and sadhayate, so for whose satisfaction, this yajna is, you are trying to perform it. Mostly parents may have these experiences. Sometimes the small kids, so they, when we are doing something, so they ask so many questions, because they are very inquisitive to know what it is going on, like that. So in the next sloka we see that, so he's telling that Krishna is telling that he has a great desire to know and ready to hear in good faith. And also he is giving reasons why his father should tell, saying that certainly no secrets are to be kept by saintly personalities. Why? Because saintly personalities sees everyone in an equal manner. So who see all others as equal. So no conception of mine and others. and they don't consider who is a friend, who is an enemy, and who is a neutral. Krishna also mentions in Bhagavad Gita, Pandita Samadarshinaha. So the person who is in a fully equipped with knowledge or progressing in the path of bhakti, they see everyone in an equal manner. And Krishna also mentions himself as Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dvesto Na Priyaha. So Krishna also sees everyone in an equal manner. In the purport also we see that mentioned that Lord Krishna is giving all these reasons because Nanda Maharaj might be thinking that, oh, this Krishna is a small child, so he is probably asking all these questions in just a casual manner. But he is saying here, that's why he is saying that he is a great desire to know and ready to hear in good faith. So that's why Krishna is mentioning all these statements so that he is convincing Nanda Maharaj that it is not a casual inquiry, it is a serious inquiry. And he is inquiring in a humble manner. So, and ready to hear in good faith. So that's why he is requesting Nanda Maharaj to narrate what all they are doing like that. And in the next sloka, Krishna is also giving another reason, additional reason, saying that one who is neutral may be avoided like an enemy, but a friend should be considered like one's own self. Krishna is giving these additional reasons because Nanda Maharaj may be thinking that I am a Grihastha, I am not a saintly personality like a sannyasi, so I may not be seeing everyone in equal manner like a friend, enemy, or who is neutral like that. So that's why Krishna is giving additional reasons here that though you may not be able to, you may not be seeing everyone in an equal manner, but at least one would reveal any secret to his close friends. And here Krishna is his son. So you should trust him. Nanda Maharaj should trust him and reveal the entire purpose of the sacrifice, even if it is a secret. So Krishna is intelligently putting all these reasons so that Nanda Maharaj should explain what it is going on like that. And Krishna is further saying that when people perform in this world these activities, sometimes they understand what they are doing, sometimes they don't know. Those who know what they are doing achieve success in their work, whereas ignorant people do not know. Of course, this is very valid in Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga most of the conditioned living entities, they are very busy with their day-to-day material activities. So when it comes to these ritualist activities, they simply do it, even if they don't understand what they are doing it. Of course, it's not that one should stop, even they don't know what is this ritual, what the ritualist activities they are performing it. But it is Krishna is telling here, it's good to know so that we know what we are doing, whether it is appropriate activity or not. So even if there is some changes that has to be done, then we can be able to do it. Also, if one understand what they are doing, it will increase their faith, it will increase their enthusiasm to perform those activities. And if the activity is not at all appropriate, then they can change it and add a bona fide spiritual activity so that will help them to purify. So in the purport also it is mentioned that Krishna is informing his father that people should perform a particular ceremony or activity after thoroughly understanding. Of course, it is stressing that one should not blindly follow. Of course, we hear from Srila Prabhupada also time to time in, saying that he stresses his disciples also not to blindly follow him, like instead ask questions. Of course, those questions should be how Krishna is inquiring here in a humble manner, not in the mood of challenge, pariprasnena. So and Krishna also mentions in Bhagavad Gita, one should inquire in a humbly, in a mood of very humble manner like that, pariprasnena. So here he is saying that if they don't know what they are doing, how can they achieve success? So this is one of the argument Krishna is posing here. And in the next sloka, the ritualistic endeavor of yours should be clearly explained to me. Is it a ceremony based on scriptural injunction or simply a custom of ordinary society? Because sometimes there are some ceremonies performed in certain families So they may not be based on the scriptural injunctions. They are simply coming in a custom of ordinary society. So sometimes it could be an appropriate activity, sometimes may not be, because his parents are following, so he's doing it, so something like that. Because I heard one time from one Prabhuji that one family, so there is a tradition, like whenever there is a marriage in their house, so they bring a black cat and keep under the basket when the marriage ceremony is going on. So when they try to understand what is this custom, why they are doing like that, then they heard that so in the previous in their parents' family, when their parents arranging a marriage to their daughter, so suddenly a black cat came into the marriage ceremony hall. So those days. Seeing a black cat in this auspicious event, this marriage ceremony, considered as a inauspicious. So the girl's parents are afraid that the boy's parents may feel this as a inauspicious and they may cancel the marriage. So that's why immediately what the girl's mother did it is she brought a basket and kept on top of the this black cat so that no one will see it. So the marriage went fine, and that girl went to the boy's house and led her marriage life very nicely. So from that time onwards, so what that girl did it is, when her kids are getting married, so she was also doing like that without knowing the understanding what is the purpose of it. So sometimes some may come like that. So some of the customs may come like that. So of course it's not that all of them are like that, but sometimes there are some customs like that. So that's why here Krishna is asking, is it a scriptural injunction or custom, simply a custom of ordinary society like that? So Nanda Maharaj here replying, saying that the great Lord Indra is the controller of the rain and the clouds are his personal representative and they directly provide water. And this water will give happiness and sustenance to all creatures. So in the purport also it is mentioned that the earth cannot provide food, the food grains. It cannot give the food grains if there is no water. Of course, how the water will come, Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita. Of course, Indra is the in charge, but Krishna mentions the when one performs the sacrifice, then the demigods will be pleased and shower the rain. Indra will shower rain. Ajnat bhavati parjanyo. So the rains will be produced by the sacrifice. So in the Kali Yuga, of course, the recommended yajna is the Sankirtan yajna. Chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, not only we are purifying, but also we are inducing the rains to come. So which is very important for all the people. So it's a great welfare activity also. And in the next sloka, saying that not only we, my dear son, many others men also worship him, because he is the Lord and Master of the rain giving. So and then we offer grains and other paraphernalia of worship produced through his own discharge in the form of rain. So Nanda Maharaj is mentioning that the facts of the life, like the rains are the cause of our living, and whatever is produced, so we are also offering to Lord Indra in the sacrifice. And not only that, Nanda Maharaj is telling that by accepting the remnants of the sacrifice, people sustain their lives and accomplish the three folds of aims: religiosity, economic development, and sense gratification. And Lord Indra is the agent responsible for the fruitive success of the industrious people. Because one may be thinking that people are sustained because of the farming or industry, so on, so like that. But even the farming, simply doing farming will not help them, right? Only if there is a water, then when one does the farming, then the grains will come. Even the water will help us to our thirsty also. So these things are required. So that's why here said that Trivarga. So Nanda Maharaj is pointing that not only the sense gratification, even one can follow the religiosity when there is a sufficient food grains and drink like that, and also economic development also happens. So the four Purusharthas, that Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Of course, as Kali Yuga progress, people are focusing on the middle two, Artha and Kama. So not so much showing importance to the Dharma and Moksha. So, but here is Nanda Maharaj is telling that Trivarga, so one can follow the religiosity and then economic development and also sense gratification can happen when there is a prosperity. And the next sloka, the religious principles is based on the sound tradition. So, but anyone who rejects it out of lust, enmity, fear, or greed certainly fail to achieve good fortune. So here we see that the religious principles are based on sound tradition. Paramparya agatam. So from traditional authority. So it is received through parampara. Disciplic succession like that. Of course, this sound tradition should be bona fide. So it should be coming from the bona fide parampara. So we here emanate there are three ways to acquire the knowledge: pratyaksha pramana, anumana, and shabda pramana. So this is a shabda pramana. So through parampara, because that other two, pratyaksha pramana, anumana pramana, are not completely perfect, because we are imperfect. So the conditioned living entities in this material world imperfect. So that's why either pratyaksha pramana or anumana pramana is not perfect, but shabda pramana is perfect. But if it is coming through the authoritative sources, bona fide authority. And it is mentioned here that if one rejects it out of lust and enmity, so then they will fail to achieve good fortune. So they will not be perfect. So one should follow that parampara, whatever is coming. So still, we are also in the Brahma Sampradaya. So coming this great spiritual knowledge through the Brahma Sampradaya, through the disciplic succession coming from Krishna himself. But if we can follow this parampara and in the footsteps of whatever acharyas given, so if we can follow that, then we can also make our human life successful. And Sukadeva Goswami is saying that so when Krishna heard this statement, then he started giving his reasons for what purpose: to arouse the anger in Lord Indra, because Indra is puffed up his position. So Krishna is trying to shift this yajna for the satisfaction of Indra, instead of that towards the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord for himself, of course, by worshipping the Govardhan hill. Of course, in the purport also it is mentioned that Krishna's intention is not to insult any demigod, or here not simply to insult Lord Indra, but rather than to protect him from the false pride. Because if the false pride continues like that, then one may offend great devotees. So then due to that, they will fall down from their spiritual path. And Krishna wanted to protect his dear devotees, and he wanted to see his devotees to progress in the path of bhakti. So merciful, so compassionate. So that's why by arranging this beautiful pastime, lifting Govardhan hill, Krishna wanted to protect Lord Indra from his false pride, and also to initiate this wonderful festival, so that Krishna can enjoy and his devotees can also relish. So because all of them will be together under the this great Govardhana, Giriraj Govardhan for several days. And also this will become a annual festival for all the devotees who will perform with ecstasy and blissful like that. So last sloka for today. So Krishna started giving his reasons. So why this worship should be shifted to Govardhan. So the first reason is telling that it is the force of by karma that a living entity takes birth, and by karma alone that he meets destruction. And his happiness, distress, fear, and the sense of security all arise as the effects of karma. So Lord Krishna here is minimizing the importance of the demigods, saying that the karma itself is the one which will give whatever we have to get it, and whatever the suffering that we have to go through, it will come. So, and he is also not karmana daiva netrana. So he is not including this daiva in this statement, of course. Is bringing this karma mimamsa philosophy, which is closer to the atheism, with a belief of reincarnation. So saying that whatever the you do good, it will come good. You do bad, it will come bad. Of course, that is appropriate, but not including the daiva netrena. So, and in the purport also, quoting the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami, so Krishna is also thinking, so all Nanda Maharaj and all these residents of Raja, so the Rajavasis are all his eternal associates, the pure devotees. So then why should they be caught up in the demigod worship? So it's a one instruction for a practicing devotee also. So if you have time, then increase our sadhana or our spiritual practice for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord instead of performing so many custom activities for the pleasure of the many demigods. Because if we please Supreme Lord, then all of them are pleased. So that's why Krishna, so many purposes here, like one is to protect Indra from false pride, and also reminding his eternal devotees that there is no need of performing these yajnas for the pleasure of the demigods, because they are already living closer to the Supreme Lord. So like that, Krishna started or bringing up this karma mimamsa philosophy, so that he can protect Indra from the false pride and also bring all his devotees very closer to him. So thank you all for giving this opportunity. I'll pause it here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.